everyone, Paul here from TabletopGamer.com, and in this video I'm going to do, I'm going to paint a Dragyri Spear Slave. Now this is going to be an interactive video. I'm going to try out doing an interactive video. So right about now you should start to see a couple of options that you can select for which part you want to watch. So you can go ahead and just choose one of those options, or if you prefer to just keep watching, the video will start and I will start building and painting this Dragyri Spear Slave. All right. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do before I even paint this guy is I'm going to fill in this little gap that we have in the base where it's glued together. So where the metal tab basically glues to the plastic base, there's a little bit of a gap here and over here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of this putty, which is this stuff that I got. It's a JB stick. It's basically just universal epoxy putty. You could use green stuff as well. I just picked up some of this stuff to use. So I'm going to just make a small amount of it. And I'm going to fill in that little gap that's there. Basically, the way this stuff works is that there's two colors of this putty. There's a darker inner core and a lighter outer core. It's the same thing as with green stuff. There's the yellow and the blue. And it's the mixing of the two different colors that when those two colors mix, that's when the putty becomes or hardens within, well, for this one, it's within 3 to 5 minutes. So that's how this stuff works. First thing we need to do before we use this stuff is to mix it together. So you have to get the two different colors kind of mixed together. So I'm just going to knead it like this in my fingers. If you guys have never worked with this stuff, it's basically like Play-Doh when it's not set, but once it's set, it's basically it's solid. It's like you can't. It basically hardens like as hard as plastic or something. It's becomes pretty strong. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of this putty in here, but I'm going to just roll it out. Like so. And I'm just going to cut off a couple of pieces. Start off with a small piece like this, and I'm just going to get it in there, work it inside. Okay, so once it's done, it pretty much looks like this. And I don't really have to worry about it looking kind of rough here, because I'm gonna, for the base, I'm going to use like a sand gravel type part here anyways, so it's more than anything, it's just to fill that that hole that was there. And since I still have some putty left here, I'm just going to grab another mini and might as well use this stuff up before it hardens. All right, so this stuff is starting to harden on me pretty quick here, so I'm not going to bother with another one. What I am going to do right now, though, is I'm going to go and wash my hands, because the only thing that I found that sucks about this stuff so far is that it, first of all, it's really sticky on the fingers, and it really stinks. It smells kind of like metallic putty. So I'm just going to pause the video here. I'm going to go and wash my hands, and I'll be right back, and we'll start painting. Okay, so the first thing we're going to paint is their skin. Now, I think what I'm going to use is I'm going to use Camry Brown for their skin. It's a slightly lighter colored brown. The Calthon Brown is what I used for the Soul Warden. I want these guys to have a slightly lighter color skin. So I'm going to use this Camry Brown and see what it looks like. Okay, so the body, the skin is pretty much done. I think I like this color. I'm not 100% sure until I get the other colors on here, but I think I'm going to like this, what is this? Camry Brown. I like how the skin is kind of, it's a much lighter color than the other Soul Warden that I painted. So yeah, I think I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to do a wash on it a little bit later in the video, but for now I'm going to move on to the next part of his body. Alright, so in this section I'm going to paint the top part here. So I've got his skin pretty much painted. Now I'm going to paint this top part, and for this I'm going to use two colors. I'm going to use purple, and I'm going to try, not sure how it's going to look yet, but I'm going to try this one, which is Hormagaunt purple. And then for the blue, I'm going to use ice blue, and I'll most likely do a wash on it with, where is it here? Astroman blue. So I'll wash it with Astroman blue. And if that doesn't look good, then I'll probably switch to either using Mordian blue by itself or Meridius blue. And this is from P3 Paints. But I'm going to start with this purple, and then I'm going to switch to the ice blue for the other part of his, the top of his body. So I'm going to work on that now. Alright guys, so I've pretty much finished painting the base colors. So in this section I'm going to start applying the washes. I'll show you guys what it looks like so far. I painted, let's see if I can point with this better here. So I painted these parts here purple. That's the Hormagaunt purple. The top part here I did it with ice blue, and his skin is Camry brown. And then the staff, I'm going to make it gold. So anytime I use gold, I usually use Tosep ochre as a base, and then I put shining gold on top. And then for this part here, for this little cloth part at the top of the spear, I use this Menoth white base. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a wash of blue over top of, I'm going to use this, where is the blue? Here. Asperman blue. So I'm going to do a wash of Asperman blue on all the parts that are purple and blue here. And then for his body, I'm going to do a Devlan mud wash, which is somewhere here. Devlan mud. So I'm going to do a wash on his body of Devlan mud. And then I'm going to apply the shining gold, which I have here somewhere. Where is my shining gold? Here is my shining gold. So I'm going to put shining gold on his spear. And I'm also going to apply some Devlan mud on this white part here. And the same blue wash on the ice crystal or the shard up here. All right, and then after that I'll work on the base, and then I should be done. So I'm going to do the washes now, and yeah, and I'll be back in a bit to walk through what I'm going to do with the base. Alright, so I've pretty much finished doing the washes on here. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to do the base. Now for the base, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a mixture of some sand and these small pieces of slate that I got from my Games Workshop. I got a basing kit. It came with a whole bunch of different tubs like this with slate and sand and stuff like that. And I took the sand and the slate, I kind of mixed it, and I'm going to use this to base the bottom of this. So really quick basing for these, since there's a whole bunch of them that I got to do. I'm not going to spend too much time on the base, but really easily, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to use crazy glue, and I'm going to cover the bottom of this base with crazy glue. Now you can use PVC glue as well. I've used that before, but I just tried using crazy glue the other day and it worked fine, and it dries so much faster. So if you're painting, it's faster to do it this way. Probably a little bit more expensive to pay for crazy glue, but when you're in a hurry and you want to paint fast, it just makes it easier. So I've got a bunch of crazy glue there at the bottom, and I'm going to now just dip it right inside the tub here. And I'll give it about 10-15 seconds. And there we go. It's pretty much, this stuff is pretty much stuck on there. Now, I might paint this with blue. I'm not sure yet. I might paint these kind of a blue color so they look almost like ice instead of rocks. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it. I'll get them all the slaves painted out, and then I'll decide whether I want to actually go through and paint the bases a different color. For now, I'll just kind of leave it sand and slate color. So that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna do for this guy. I'll just zoom in and I'll show you guys what he looks like. The Devlan mud really gives the gives a depth here on the legs, on the skin. Gives it more shadows and depth. Probably see it there better. So I might do another Devlan mud wash on these. I'm not sure. We'll see. For now, I think it looks good. All right, so leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll be happy to answer them. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Sit down, Zoe. Sit. Hey, Zoe, sit down. Sit down. Say hi to YouTube. Can you say hi to YouTube? Do you know how? Where are you going? You don't like YouTube? Zoe, come here. Come back. People want to see you. Come here. Hi, girl. Sit down. Sit. Sit down. Are you going to help me paint? Are you going to help me paint? Huh? What color should I paint with? What color should I paint with? What do you think? You don't know? You don't care? What about... what should I paint? Should I paint Dragyri? Dragyri? Yeah? Okay. Alright, I'll paint Dragyri. Oh, nice. Nice burp, Zoe. Nice burp. Alright, well, if that's all you have to say to YouTube, well then I guess that's it. Okay, say bye-bye. Say bye to YouTube.